Welcome to Pimpy's Investment Chat, where we keep investment talk simple. And here's your host, Pimpy.
What is going on out there, peeps? Yeah, not the kind of news you want coming out of Iraq, but I mean, it is some news. They are talking about the exchange rate. Let's go ahead and cover that. There's in a couple articles, one from yesterday and one today. So let's go ahead and check them out. I just want to give everybody a quick reminder. You can go over to Pimpy's News Network. It is free for everybody. All right? Everybody has access to the videos that are on the website. I'm going to keep it free as long as possible. Just keep in mind that it does cost money to maintain. So I would appreciate it if you can afford it when you come to sign in, that you choose one of these plans. You don't have to. Again, it's free. But this will help with the cost of the website. So if you can afford it, please choose the plan. And that money goes to maintaining the website. But if you can't afford it, look, all the videos are free. There is another way in which you can assist, and that is when you go to my YouTube channel, just watch 2 or 3 or 4 videos. Let them go all the way through. That helps out the channel as well. So it doesn't cost you anything, still free. All you have to do is just watch videos. This website, Pimpy's News Network, it is free to you as well. But if you can select a plan and you feel like donating, every little bit helps with maintaining the website. I appreciate it. Before we get started, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button. If you're not a subscriber, please do so, because when you do, it helps out the channel, and I certainly do appreciate it. If you're thinking about buying gold and silver, head on over to our friends at Miles Franklin. The link will be down below in the description. When you make your purchase, make sure you use promo code Pimpy, P-I-M-P-Y, and they'll take care of you. If you have any additional questions, you can reach us over here at this phone number or over here at this particular email. For all orders over $10,000, reach out by email and we'll make sure that you get a great deal. So come on over to Miles Franklin and add to your precious metal inventory. Okay, one of the articles is about a mile long. So let's just go ahead and go through the short version of it. So the Central Bank of Iraq resolves the controversy of reconsidering the dollar exchange rates. That's the article I'm talking about. The issue of the dollar exchange rate in Iraq has been a contentious topic, particularly due to the implications for the economy, inflation, and purchasing power of citizens. The Central Bank of Iraq plays a pivotal role in managing these rates and ensuring economic stability. Historically, Iraq has relied heavily on the U.S. dollar for international trade and domestic transactions. The exchange rate between the Iraqi Dinar and the U.S. dollar is crucial for various sectors, including imports, exports, and overall economic health. Fluctuations in the rate can lead to significant economic consequences, including inflationary pressures that affect everyday life for Iraqi citizens. In recent years, particularly following global economic disruptions such as those caused by the RONA pandemic and geopolitical tensions, there have been calls for the CBI to reconsider its dollar exchange rate policies. So we know inflation, we know that rising prices erode purchasing power. Public sentiment, citizens have expressed dissatisfaction with their financial situations, which is the same here in the United States. Economic stability, businesses have struggled with fluctuating costs associated with imports priced in dollars. In response to these challenges, the Central Bank of Iraq has taken several steps. While they've done policy review, the Central Bank of Iraq initiated a comprehensive review of monetary policy concerning exchange rates. This involved analyzing market trends, assessing foreign reserves, and considering feedback from various stakeholders, including businesses and economists. Engagement with stakeholders. To address public concerns and gather insights, the Central Bank of Iraq engaged in local businesses, financial institutions, and economists through forums and discussions. This engagement aimed to understand better how changes in the exchange rates impact different sectors. Adjustment to the exchange rate mechanisms. After thorough analysis and consultations, here's what they came up with. The central bank announced adjustments to its auction system for selling dollars, which aimed at stabilizing the dinar while ensuring liquidity in foreign currency markets. Measures were introduced to ensure transparency in currency transactions, which included stricter regulations on currency trading practices. Implications of reconsidered exchange rates. The adjustments made to the Central Bank of Iraq are expected to have several implications. Stabilization of prices. By managing exchange rates more effectively, inflation may be controlled more efficiently. Boosting confidence. A transparent approach could restore confidence amongst investors and consumers alike. Long-term economic growth. Stabilizing currency values can create a more predictable environment for business operations, leading to potential growth. So what is the outlook for Iraq? Looking ahead, it is crucial for the Central Bank of Iraq to maintain flexibility in its policies as global economic conditions continue to evolve. Continuous monitoring of both domestic economic indicators and international market trends will be essential in making informed decisions regarding future adjustments to the dollar exchange rates. So when I tell you you just can't pull a wand out your butt and presto, that there's a lot of things that Iraq has to take in consideration when dealing with its exchange rate. Even if people are meeting over in Reno, or there's some movement happening that they can't tell you about. Which reminds me, a quick question. Did anybody ever figure out what all this movement was that Mark Z was speaking about? And what about those individuals in Reno that you guys heard about? Did they come through? Has anybody been able to exchange their Iraqi Dinar? I'm just curious. I'm asking for a friend. Urgent central bank governor. No directions to reconsider dollar exchange rates, and we are going through a major transformation process. So here's Al-Alaq talking about the exchange rate. But I guess if you're a militiaman, you're saying, well, Al-Alaq is not responsible for the dollar exchange rate. He's only responsible for the Iraqi dinar exchange rate. Yeah, he said that. The central bank governor, Al-Alaq, rolled out a change in dollar exchange rates. Al-Alaq said in the most prominent press interview with him, there is no tendency to reconsider the dollar exchange rates. Let me go ahead and translate that for you in case you're wondering. They have no intentions on changing the current exchange rate. It is going to currently remain at 1,320 dinars for every dollar, despite what you're hearing. The central bank sells more than 250 million daily at the official rate. The bank covers foreign trade requirements, and some do not want fundamentalist methods. The view that the dollar price has risen or fallen is not a true indicator. We succeed in controlling inflation compared to other countries. We will reach 100% of the external shifts without passing the U.S. Federalists at the end of the year. The financial situation in Iraq is still going within what is planned in the state budget, which has been calculated out at 1,320 dinars for every dollar. For the first time under new budget and financial management law, the allocations of the provinces and ministries are rotated. The central bank is a major transformation process by reorganizing foreign trade. The central bank is in a major transformation process by reorganizing foreign trade. Our foreign trade procedures are being conducted for the first time with the involvement of international institutions. The process of small traders outside the system is a pressure on the market and is nearing the launch of a mechanism to regulate their trade. We focus on getting everyone involved in sound fundamentalist channels. Central bank opens channels for Chinese, Turkish, Indian, and the Emirates currency. Near the launch of the new audit mechanisms for foreign exchange trading, all commercial external transfers are subject to review by the competent international companies. Meeting in New York at the end of August to discuss the lifting of sanctions on banks and review transfers. Dollars are not granted to the travelers until after the departure stamp. The new mechanisms ensure the arrival of 100% dollars for the travelers, and we started it in Baghdad, and then Najaf, Basra, Erbil, Kirkuk, and I'm not even going to try to pronounce the other one. Government orientation to increase capital support for the real estate bank and the housing fund with the budget. The bank's initiatives have an exceptional role in trying to fill the deficit in the subject of housing. The capital increase clause for the real estate bank and the budget housing fund has not been implemented yet. We do not want bank financing to be a substitute for investor obligations. The real estate bank directed us to finance complex with completion rates from 80 to 90%. So this article here was the one I summarized for you guys. Look how long it is. The assets of the Bank of Baghdad increased to 3.5 trillion dinars. At this time last year, they were at 2.7 trillion dinars. The bank's deposits during the first half also increased 30.4% and reached 2.83 trillion dinars after 2.1 trillion dinars. Revenue during the first half is 211.9 billion dinars, grew by 157% compared to the same time last year. The bank's profits jumped 176%, reaching 156 billion dinars from 56.6 billion dinars. And if I'm not mistaken, the group that I belong to that buys stock in Iraq, we own stock in this bank. So the fact that they got profits of 157% is good news to us. And so Iraq now holds 148 tons of gold. Man, those are beautiful. So it's not for lack of trying. Iraq is still trudging forward. I'm curious to hear the news about what's going on with the lock and what they find out. Because what they're reporting is not all peaches and cream. But apparently he is still there working, so it can't be all that bad in my opinion. Anyways, that's it for now. Look forward to hearing from you. I'm out.